Hey guys, what's going on? It's Salvage here, and today we're going to be finally reviewing Spider-Man PS4. Now, my thoughts about this game are essentially very similar to everybody else's opinions and thoughts about this game. It's fantastic. The story, for example, is really good. I just have to say the way that they changed some of the comic book characters like Miles Morales and Mary Jane, and even a few villains. It's actually pretty clever on how they use the characters that they were given, you know, the rights that they have, and the fact that they made these characters so interesting, but completely different from their comic book counterparts. And in some ways, people have been saying that Mary Jane and Miles Morales, they're like the definitive versions of those characters is in this game, and to an extent I really do agree with that. They're both really strong characters in this game. The voice acting's really good. The motion capture, I don't know if it was all motion capture, but I'm pretty sure it was all motion capture. It's all beautiful. It's really incredible what they did here. And even the dialogue is great. Like, I didn't expect the dialogue to be too much, you know. I didn't expect it to be good. Like, honestly, if I'm going to be honest, I didn't expect the dialogue between the characters to be anything special. But honestly, there's real chemistry here, and it's really genuine, and I enjoyed it. I loved watching these characters interact with each other. There's clearly passion between the actors, and you can tell in their voices. On the gameplay side of things, combat is so addictive. It's so enjoyable. You won't find anything else like it. Like, I don't want to compare the Arkham games, right? But I played this combat and went back to Arkham, and I was like, ugh. You know, Arkham's not terrible. It's definitely great. But this gameplay, this combat, is so interesting. It's just so fun to learn. And if you play on Spectacular like I did, there is a learning curve. You have to understand what you're doing while you're fighting these guys, or you're not going to really know what you're doing. You're going to be dying repeatedly, and you have to actually learn how to combo up your moves in order to take out a group of guys, and that's what I love. The Arkham games is sort of like that, but for some reason it just doesn't feel as difficult as Spider-Man, and that's what I'm trying to get at here. The challenge in Spider-Man brings something new to the game, and it lets us learn what we need to do in order to continue playing the game. Stealth is very interesting too. It's not like I don't like stealth, but when we have stealth, it's like, yeah, whatever, just go to combat. Like, it's just like there to thin the herd, but the herd is like 6 waves. So if you even if you like take out the first wave, there's still another wave after that. So your stealth is essentially for nothing, which is really ridiculous that they don't reward you for taking out an entire wave of enemies by giving you more enemies. It's ridiculous. The stealth is something that I enjoyed but also hated, because when I finally got good enough to take out an entire group of guys, it gave me more group of guys, and I was like, okay, well, then what was the point of me doing all that stealth stuff? I'm not saying that it's like the worst thing ever. Like, stealth in this game is certainly interesting. It's very fun. But I'm just saying that it's basically useless, because no matter what, you're just going to be going and fighting those guys anyways. And then it works for the story, sure, but that's about it. The web swinging, I can't even explain it here. If I explained the web swinging to you guys, it wouldn't make sense. It's nothing like the gameplay. You can't look at the gameplay and say, that's beautiful. You can say that, sure. But until you feel it, you do not understand how good this web swinging feels. Like, I thought that this web swinging looked incredible. When I finally played it, it was so good. It was so magical, just like the first time web swinging. It was so much fun. I never felt anything like that before, and it was really cool to be Spider-Man in this simulated New York City, just flying down the street web swinging. The side missions I enjoyed. One of them, the Black Cat one, I didn't. I don't know why you're teasing a DLC. Like, please don't do that. Just, if you're going to tease the character, just put in the character. What are you doing? If you're going to tease the character for DLC, at least just whatever. I'm not even gonna get into it. I don't like the Black Cat stuff, because she should have just been in the game if they're gonna do that. But the side missions with the blue markers, the ones that are very creative, those make you feel like a neighborhood Spider-Man, like the achievement says when you get it. They're such small stories that really are so memorable. I really didn't expect it, especially Howard the Pigeon Man. A lot of people know. And then, of course, we have to talk about the park where where the bird watcher scopes out the guys for you in Central Park. That was awesome. That was so genius. Or like, of course, finding all the college students for that one guy, Philip. Like, that was so cool. I don't know why I remember that, but it was just so much fun that I just have to remember it. I really enjoyed the side missions. And even the research centers, those were pretty fun as well. They weren't too overbearing. Some of them did get repetitive, but it wasn't anything that wasn't fun. One of them was going on antennas and, pointing it at other antennas. And while you had to do that, you had to like dodge lightning. That was actually pretty fun. Even though we did that mission beforehand in another research center, that one was still enjoyable. And there's nothing in this game that really is not good. I just can't think of anything that just wasn't fun. The stealth was fun, the gameplay, the web swinging, the story, just everything. I can't think of anything majorly bad about this game that I could say. I did encounter a few bugs and glitches, nothing too major, except the fact that when you fight these sable fuckers, overall this game was great, and I would probably give it like a 9 out of 10. Because it just was that good. The 9 is because I don't think this is like a perfect game. It's really good, but it does need some things done. But overall, I can't wait for the next one in like 2 years. And I really hope that they make a new one because it's like the best-selling game of this entire year. And it's only been out for 3 days. We're probably going to get a sequel. So thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one.